Do you know what today is? It's my Surgerversary. Surgerversary. Do you know what today is? It's my Surgerversary. Surgerversary. Alright guys, as you can tell by my intro and by the title of this video, today is my Surgerversary. If you didn't know, it's my Surgerversary. And for those of you who are not following my weight loss or who have not followed anyone's weight loss, a Surgerversary is basically the anniversary of when you had surgery. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? So today is April the 5th, 2017, and I had my surgery exactly 1 year ago on April the 5th, 2016. What a rewarding year it's been, but it's also been a tough year. So in this video, I am going to tell you 5 things that were helpful in me being successful in losing weight, but 5 things that also hindered me in not meeting the goals that I originally set for myself. And excuse me if I'm looking down because I wrote this information down on my book so I can keep it together. So before I jump into that, I just want to explain to you guys, I am so thankful for this year, the weight that I have lost, the things that I have gained in my life. I'm so thankful for it. It's a bittersweet because there are so many things that I felt like I could have done better. And I'm noticing the more goals I meet, the more critical I am of myself and the more I expect from myself, which is a good thing. But you know, it's just sometimes it can get overwhelming. So I did want to share with other people who are on their weight loss journey 5 things that could help and 5 things that could hinder. In my case, this was what pertained to me. Disclaimer, I am not a nutritionist, I am not a trainer, and I am not a professional in weight loss. This is information that's pertaining to me. If you would like to apply it to your life and your situation, first off, definitely comment down below. Let me know if these tips work for you. But these are just informative tips that work for me. So the 5 things that helped me become successful in my weight loss journey, first was grocery shopping in a healthy state of mind. And when I say grocery shopping in a healthy state of mind, I mean grocery shopping in a frame of mind of my goal. If I know my goal is to lose weight, then I know I need to eat foods that are going to help me attain this goal. So when I am motivated, when I am determined, is when I go grocery shopping. Because in my head, when I'm at the grocery store, what goes in my buggy is what is going to help me to lose weight. So tip number 1 is grocery shopping in a healthy state of mind. Tip number 2 I had was meal prepping 1 to 2 times a week. Meal prepping, I would say that that's like been the biggest help for me, because anytime that I don't have a plan for my meal is when I mess up. If I don't know what's for lunch, I'm going to choose something bad. I'm going to choose something that's good. I'm going to choose something that's tasty. So what helps me is to meal prep, 1 to 2 times a week, so that I know already for a fact, it's lunchtime, I brought my lunch, I know what I'm eating for lunch, and I know it's going to help me stay on track. Otherwise, you know, I could eat something that I don't need to. So meal prepping 1 to 2 times a week is probably my #1 helper. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3, I bought a Fitbit. So this is actually the Fitbit Blaze, and there are so many videos on people doing, like, the YouTube videos on the Fitbit Blaze, or you can go on Fitbit.com and get the and see what the features are on the Blaze. I actually had the Fitbit HR prior to the Blaze. It was okay. I didn't like it because the screen wasn't as big, and it didn't show as many as many features. It didn't have as many features that I could visibly see on it as much as the Blaze. And the reason I got the Blaze was obviously because of the size of the screen. In addition to what you can do, I have programmed where I can see all of my stats for today, my steps, my heart rate, miles I've walked, calories I've burned. I have exercises pre-downloaded on here. FitStar, I have a timer. I have an alarm system. I can sync my phone to it. That way I can control my notifications, my calls, things like that. It almost works as an Apple Watch, but I can't text back and I can't talk on the Fitbit. However, for weight loss purposes, it's an awesome tool, and I find that it's very helpful because I set alarms for when I need to move. I set different alarms for myself throughout the day, and it also alerts me how many steps within the hour I would need to take to reach my 10,000 steps per day. So it's very helpful. Tip number 4 is I surround myself with people that are going to help me stay motivated, or people that are also on a weight loss journey. Staying around people who are not supportive or not interested in your weight loss journey, or trying to sabotage your weight loss journey is not very helpful. Even the strongest minded people can fall off the horse or feel discouraged or not do their best if they're influenced by the people around them. So my fiance is in my corner, my mom and dad, my sister, my friends are very, very supportive, and it helps me stay motivated. I would say my sister helps me the most because we challenge each other. She'll say, "Did you go work out today?" And I'll say, "Well, no, you need to work out. You said we were going to do 3 or 4 times this week. You need to go to the gym. You need to do something." So I'm really appreciative of her and helping me get on track. Appreciative of everybody in my life that's helped me and that's motivated and said kind words. But yeah, so that's tip number 4. And tip number 5 that helped me is documenting YouTube. There were a couple of reasons why I started YouTube. I've said in a couple of videos, I started YouTube because I was originally in a place where my job, my 9 to 5, was very depressing for me. And I saw YouTube as an outlet where I can interact with people that I may not meet. You know what I mean? Like, I might not physically meet. And I was able to feel like I was having some type of interaction with other humans other than working from home, being surrounded in my own walls. And I also started YouTube. Another reason was to document my weight loss journey, because when I originally started with the gastric bypass research, I got onto YouTube to do a lot of research, and I found more people were doing videos, or more people had the sleeve. And as I've said in a previous weight loss video, the sleeve and the bypass, 2 totally separate surgeries. They are both weight loss surgeries, but again, they do different things to your body. Your body reacts a different way. So for my particular surgery, I wanted more information on my surgery, what I was going to have. So for people that are interested in the bypass surgery, I want it to be someone or a channel that may shed a little more light on that particular surgery and what I went through with the bypass, and kind of give another outlet. So documenting, it helps me stay accountable, because when I get on here and I say I'm going to take flat tummy tea for 2 weeks and tell you how it turns out. I'm going to stay working out for 2 weeks and tell you how it turns out. It makes me feel some type of accountability because I know I have to come back on camera and say whether I did or didn't do it, you know, and I'm always a believer in, you know, somebody that preaches something, you need to be acting or living that way. So if I'm motivating everybody to get out and move and stay active and you know, be healthier, who am I to say that information if I'm not doing the same? So it makes me stay accountable by documenting and having you guys to answer to. So that, okay, sorry guys. So the bitter part of the bittersweet is how I hindered myself from reaching the goal that I originally set for myself. So just to kind of give you a little background, if you have not watched any of my previous weight loss videos, and pause for the cause, if you have not, what you're doing with your life, you need to, as soon as you finish watching this video, you need to go back and watch the rest of my videos, including the ones that are on weight loss, so you can be up to date on where I'm at right now. But if you haven't been following, I originally started my weight loss journey at 320 pounds in 2015. Was my highest recorded weight. I was 305 prior to surgery, like the day before or the week before surgery. 300 pounds the day of surgery, and so 300 pounds April 5th, 2016, and it is now April 5th, 2017, and I'm now 220 pounds. So I've had a total weight loss of 100 pounds, 80 pounds since surgery date. My original goal was to be at my weight goal by now and just be maintaining. So my original weight goal was, I believe it was 165. I have now adjusted it the way my body looks now, and you know how I want to look. I've attained it. I've tried to tweak it a little bit, and I do now think my goal is 180. I'm not built to be a skinny person. I don't want to be skinny. I still want some curves. I still want some thickness. So I don't want to be skinny. So my new goal now is 180, which would leave me at a 40-pound weight loss is what I have to still go, or what I still have to lose. However, at this point in time, I originally planned to be there and just be maintaining. So the ways I sabotage myself or I hindered myself is being complacent. That was tip number one. Don't be complacent. I get compliments saying, oh my God, you look good. How much have you lost? Don't lose anymore. You look great in your clothes. Da da da. And you kind of get complacent. Like you hear these compliments and you hear these things and you see comments and you see good jobs and thumbs ups, and you're just like, okay, I'm starting to look better. You know, even if I'm not happy, you kind of get relaxed because you're getting new attention. You're getting, you know, all these different reactions. So tip number one, don't be complacent because you hear other people comment on you. Tip number two, don't be weak-willed, as I was. As far as energy, like a lot of times I gave into exhaustion, or I gave into, I guess, I don't know what you would call it. If I said I was tired from work, I would give myself a pass. I would say, girl, you tired. You had a wrong day. You remember so you had to do so-and-so. Girl, you did enough today. You can go home and you can rest and you can attempt to go to the gym tomorrow. Like, don't be weak-willed and give yourself passes, because if you pass up Monday, you're going to find an excuse to pass up Tuesday. You're going to pass up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and there goes the whole week and you haven't even really moved. So, tip two, don't be weak-willed. Tip three is don't give in to temptation, which has been extremely weird. And I attribute it to the weight loss for me. Prior to the weight loss, when I was at my heaviest, I'll tell you my weakness was breads, cheese, pastas, like starchy foods. Carbs were my weakness, which is what my body wanted to hold. It was what I craved. I wanted anything cheesy. I'm telling you, I was there. I was on it. I was never really a big sweets person. I am 27, about to be 28 years old. Never had a cavity in my life because I was never big on sweets. I was never big on candy. Surprisingly, you know, if you judge me by my weight, people would think that I ate sweets all day, but I didn't. I got my weight from carbs. So since I've had the surgery, I have had the most incredible sweet tooth. Like, and I have no idea where it came from. And I tell you, anything sweet. Brownies, cookies, cakes, cupcakes, candies, chocolates, anything that's gonna give me a sugar or a sweet taste was what my mind and my body was craving. And for it has really been for the past, I would say, maybe 6 months. It's been like that. And that is why for the past 2.5 to 3 months my weight has stalled, because just recently I have said in my mind, you need to get back on this bandwagon if you are wanting to complete this 40-pound weight loss. You can't keep giving in to these temptations because you want sugar. Doesn't just mean you give your body sugar. Sometimes we have to fight what we want. Sometimes everything we want ain't good. Everything the glitter ain't gold. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's going to taste good right now, but I'd rather forego 3 bites of a cupcake than to have to do an extra hour on the treadmill. That's just me personally. Some people eat to work out to eat, but that ain't me. So that was tip number 2 for me, is to stop giving in to my temptations. Tip number 4 is don't lose focus. When you lose focus or you lose sight of your goal, you'll slow down on progress. You'll stop seeing as much progress. For me, because I was in that ugly state of mind with my job and I was depressed, I got a new job. Now I'm focused on learning this new job. I'm also focused on staying in school to obtain my degree. I'm also getting married in October, so I have that to, you know, to focus on. And all these other things are on the forefront and on the table in front of me. And I put weight loss to the back burner. And therefore my weight has, you know, my weight loss has slowed down. And you can't lose focus. You can't lose sight of your goal. Otherwise, it becomes obsolete. It becomes non-existent. So stay focused on your goal. Make sure that it's always a priority with everything else. So make sure you do that. That was tip number 4. Tip number 5 is be happy with yourself. For a long time, I was not happy with my appearance. And hold on, let me check my time. Okay. For a long time, I was not happy with my appearance. Therefore, I wanted to change it. Health reasons was the major reason why I had weight loss surgery. But also, who doesn't want to look good and feel good in their clothes and wear the clothes that they want to wear? So some of it was I wanted to look the way I wanted to look. However, I noticed the more weight I started to lose, the more nitpicky I was of my body. So, you know, my problem areas have always been my arms. My arms have always been big. I've always had big arms, but now it's a different issue. Like, I'm starting to lose weight and you can see like where it's starting to sag. That's a problem for me. My chest, I've lost a whole bra size. You know what I mean? Therefore, you know, I'm not happy with my chest anymore. My thighs, I've always had big legs, always. But now I see a little bit of the skin drooping on the inner thigh from when they were super heavy. You know what I mean? My tummy, It seemed like my tummy was the first thing to start going when I lost weight, but then everything caught up, and then it was like my tummy stopped. So I still, for me, have a larger tummy than I want to have. And I have I don't know what this is. My tummy's in sections. I have like a upper tummy and a bottom tummy. And it's hard for me to even, as a plus size woman losing weight, to even wear certain things because of that line of demarcation in my stomach. So it's certain things that I'm more critical of myself now, now that my body is losing weight. And I have contemplated, well, not me, I'm sorry, because I will soon be apart with my partner. My fiance and I have talked about surgeries in the future for a breast implant and lift. We have also had discussions of the BBL, which is basically a fat transfer. I would want excess fat from my stomach liposuctioned out and add it to my butt to give it more shape. And also, once I'm at my weight loss goal and maintaining for a while, I will also want some skin removal. So it's quite a few things we're thinking about. Obviously, finance is a big factor. But, you know, I only get one life. I'm 27. We're contemplating when's the best time. We're getting married. We do want a family. I don't want to get this banging body and then boop, there goes baby. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing. So we're contemplating on that. But I also had a problem with the perception of myself in relation to other people. I followed a lot of weight loss channels here on YouTube and a lot of other weight loss journeys from people, just friends and family around me. And I was just seeing how fast they were losing. And as I was getting closer to the weight I am now, it was harder for me to realize that the weight wasn't coming off in masses as it was in the beginning. The first week of surgery, like the first week after surgery, I lost 12 pounds in 1 week. You know, when you're losing 30 to 40 pounds in a month, you think it's going to keep going. And when it slows down, you're kind of like, okay, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? What do I have to do? And my perception of what I'm supposed to look like and my perception of what my weight loss journey is supposed to look like, it wasn't what it, you know, my perception and reality wasn't matching up. They didn't look the same. So I became discouraged because it wasn't going according to plan. So I realized my weight loss journey is my weight loss journey. I cannot match it to anyone else's. I can't, you know, say, well, her weight loss journey went like this. Why am I? We're two different people, two different makeups, two different, you know, two differents. You know what I mean? And I can't compare to anybody else's. And I can't say, this is what my body should look like. My body should look like what it looks like. And I've come to terms with that and try to come into that, you know, come into my own, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I hope that this video helped you guys for those of you who are interested in weight loss. For the others, I hope this was an entertaining video on what helped me and what hindered me from my weight loss. And I am just going to go enjoy the rest of my Surgerversary with a nice cup of water on my way to bed. It's my Surgerversary. Surgerversary, and I only made plans to eat my little hand. It's my Surgerversary. Surgerversary. The small sympathy and you can have me. It's my Surgerversary. Yeah, yeah, yeah.